ride my miniature ponies with all this extra junk in my trunk!
Here we go, on a mission undercover and we're in control.
If Sailor Moon represented magic for girls of the 90s, Totally Spies gave us science for the little atheists of the 2000s who grew up to put out cigarettes on my arms outside the last remaining Barnes & Noble stores. Totally Spies was a show that took everyday products women use like hair dryers, lipsticks, switchblades, or nail polish and turned those into spy weaponry. Truly empowering if you ignore all the weird fetish fuel the show just happened to do. Whoa now, yeah, it was a little odd at times, and Teenage Crime Fighters was sort of the winning formula to the animation studio marathon. They gave us other similar French-Canadian cartoons from either France and or Canada, not sure which one. Shows like Martin Mystery, Team Galaxy, and tonight's topic, The Amazing Spies from 2009. Instead of following teenagers who could at least pass for 18, this one focuses on kids, so I'm sure there's nothing weird about this series at all.
If only I could slip out of these clothes now!
Are you sitting down? Because I stand corrected. So, let's find out why The Amazing Spies is the 18th, oh my favorite number, the 18th worst cartoon ever in no particular order. Haven't done this in a while. It's Juice and Jam time.
Precisely. So get ready to go to prison.
Cool! I was born ready to go to prison?
You're going out, have no time to lose. It's your chance to be. Shout it out. We all make mistakes, no doubt about it. That's the way it goes. So when you walk it, don't you stop it. Let our puppet visualize. You're a killer bee, yeah, just so free. That's all I need. Jam it, hype it up.
Be sure to count how many times the spies end up tied up or barefoot in this video for your chance to win a video iPod does not exist. So what's this series about? Well, it's pretty much just Totally Spies, or let's call that TS for short. Like dead on, the exact same formula with different characters. Every episode, these 4 kids go to school and get bullied by a rich girl with a nasally voice, just like TS. The kids work for a spy agency, Whoop headquarters, and their boss is Jerry from TS. Jerry gives the kids their mission and some very specific devices that'll conveniently save their asses each episode. It's a Dos Ex Machina. In Mexico, we call that a Dos Equis Machina.
Megan!
Don't worry, the new Whoop Power Lasso will save you! Dean, don't go!
Yeah, it's in the same universe, but they didn't have to repeat the exact formula. Couldn't they at least turn the bully girl into a duo of chuckle nuts like Bulk and Skull from the Power Rangers or something? The only real difference is that they're kids with far less distinct personalities. Honestly, I can barely tell you anything about them. They're all just the annoying, interchangeable boy who hates homework and loves trading cards and skateboards, and the girl is the one that has to put up with their BS like every other cartoon from the 2000s.
Yeah, shouldn't you be spending your days off talking on the phone or shoe shopping or going to a slumber party?
Well, I could do those things, but as a feminist, I choose to spend my time doing more interesting stuff.
Ooh, ahead of its time. Pretty sure you can still enjoy those typical girly things while still identifying as feminist, you know, sounds more like you just want to be a tomboy.
A feminist? More like a tomboy.
Shit, this guy knows more about feminism than she does. The W stands for woke. Feminist? Them femmes is nice, yes? Woo-woo.
What choice did I have? To stop you from ruining my master plan, I had to turn myself into half Derek, half Fido!
So, who are the villains? Well, a lot of them are themed around stuff kids like. Evil skateboarders or deranged trading card gamers, but the best are these misunderstood old folks who hate the cold. So, their solution? Destroy the environment and cause global warming. They won't live long enough to see the effects.
But won't it be kind of hard to enjoy the heat when the whole planet melts?
We don't care about that. We just want to have fun and warm our aching bones. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Politicians, am I right? These villains got some damn cool designs, but sometimes with so many characters clogging up the main cast, they don't have enough time to give us stuff like motivation to flesh out the bad guys. At times they just look cool and that's it. Come on, look at how Totally Spies did things. Remember their classic Rogues Gallery baddies? All classics like, yeah, maybe they'd be more memorable if they actually showed up in more episodes.
Okay, next stop, McAllen, Texas.
Oh! that flamingo ball?
All the women were big, buff, and very aggressive.
Now, because they're in the same universe, the Amazing Spies will bring back several villains and side characters from TS. There was even a crossover where the Totally Spies showed up while bringing along Dean. Remember Dean? Dean.
Oh my gosh, you're like so adorable. I can fit you in my bag like a little toy poodle.
It's kind of a crappy crossover because the girls get kidnapped and the spies have to rescue them. They really don't work together outside the brief scene where they're burning in hell for all eternity. Surprisingly, music piracy was not a factor in why they ended up here. Turns out God really did hate fig Newton bars. Who knew?
Whoa is right! Where did you learn that move, Mom?
The same place I learned this little gem. Ha! Ha! Hi-ya!
But what really brings down the series is the editing style. Whether it be action or simply characters just talking, nearly every single cut is a snap, zoom out, zoom in. It's nauseating. God damn. Okay, we get it. You learned how to edit videos last night. This has to be by some well-meaning but lobotomized executive thinking. No, it's not exciting enough. The focus group of kids half paying attention on their DS Lite didn't react to anything for more than 2 seconds. Zoom out, zoom in, zoom out. It's appropriate this cartoon was produced by Marathon because it's exhausting. Look at this.
Get ready to hold your breath!
Well, am I supposed to look at each image for 1 millisecond? It's stimulus overload. Hey, what camera angle should we use? All of them. Yeah, it's flashy, but the flashier something is, the more disorienting it gets. Like, even the action is a mess. Here's the first episode where the spies get superpowers from some trading cards. Yeah, so they get into this big stupid fight and one girl gets restrained in this terrible angle. And look, the stretchy guy pulls the ghost girl away, but then she frees herself and stretchy guy is fighting someone else? I had to rewind it because I didn't understand what just happened. It feels like everything is just layered on top of each other. This is just a sequence of isolated action shots with no flow to anything. There isn't even any consistency. Like, here's the bad guy whose bomb will explode if there's any sort of movement. Although that bomb is placed on a boat that's constantly rocking, yet for some reason that much movement does not blow it up.
1, 2, 3!
And later in the same episode, they got all these bombs that they simply walk on top of. No problem. Are you kidding me?
We can just walk over it? You can just walk over it.
We'll be back with more questionable cartoon moments after this.
Now it's Totally Spies. Then it's Pokemon. This is Cartoon Network.
When it comes to crappy cartoons, I gotta give it some points for having an interesting idea or effort for trying something beyond their reach, but The Amazing Spies feels so robotically put together. It's not horrible, it's just incredibly standardized.
Can I...
Generic is the perfect descriptor. At least a horrible cartoon is an adventure, an alright cartoon is just boring and wastes everyone's time with an emotionless product. So why am I even talking about it? Well, besides it getting kids involved with fetishes, honestly, one night I was thinking, Beautiful Joe was a pretty cool game.
Just go for it!
Why haven't they released that in HD? Look at that graphic shading with the white highlight on the side. Not too many games look like that. I do got a friend making Kings of Hell, a 4-player beat-em-up with a stylized 3D look. You should follow his stuff. So, after thinking about Beautiful Joe, then I remembered, hey, wasn't there a spy cartoon with this exact style? And that's how I got here. The art is way too good for The Amazing Spies.
Which is why we're not about to let you get away this time!
Awesome! It's not awesome, Tony. We just got captured.
I know!
It seems pretty hard to manage that kind of style for a rushed half-hour series, but they were smart in not using any pitch black shading on the skin. That way it's easier to read their faces. Now, I looked up the two character designers credited, Stefan Barry, who worked on the original Totally Spies, and also Benedict Ciarino. Given the more cartoonish look, I theorized the show was more his work. Maybe? I guess they forgot to draw the background here. Looking into his other projects, he also did Lolly Rock, which is not a good name for a TV show, and also Droners. It's about kids who race drones. I'm sure it's more exciting than it sounds. Benedict and several other character designers worked on this, and boy, these designs are pretty damn amazing. I love this smooth, round style. But it's getting late, so let's wrap this video up.
Somebody order some mutant teens?
Ah, yes. Excellent work, Spies.
The amazing Spies has some great designs, but it's not reflective of their characterization. It's a completely play-it-safe cartoon produced under the 52 episode rule, pumped out to air on some channel until they get tired of it, only to air on some other channel.
Why would a first-run TV station be running retro junk like this?
This is the forgotten third-party cartoon you find officially dumped on YouTube for free, which I did. There's almost no production info on it publicly available. No interviews, it kind of feels like this was a product put together with no creative aspirations. But according to the trivia on imdb.com, it says, quote, "Someone peed themselves." Awesome. After the show ended in 2012, the crew quickly went back to producing more Totally Spies episodes a year after. Like, I assumed The Amazing Spies was a failed attempt at a broader demographic, so they just went back to focusing on just girls and maybe also boys who had weird feelings towards Clover like me. What a waste.
Ha! Now that's what I call teamwork!
Ha!
You said
it! Sunday mornings on Cartoon Network are like so totally action-packed, it's not even funny. We'll kick things off with Totally Spies, who like so totally rock. I mean, hello. Then it's Pokemon. I'm so there. And then it's Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh my goodness. If that's not some action, then I'm like a big fat loser. Totally Spies, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh! Tomorrow morning from 7 to 9 on Cartoon Network.
Egads, more Hollywood liberals.